Good afternoon and welcome to today's session on explanation and orientation of IT Excellence Awards by United SMEs, sponsored by Blackbox Cinesoft Technologies Private Limited. I am Prasanna, co-host of the event today. Let me introduce today's presenter, Mr. Vishal Shah. Mr. Vishal is CEO and co-founder of Cinesoft Technologies. He is known as seasoned technology stalwart, an inventor of specific patented technologies, a writer, a serial entrepreneur, an investor, and importantly, a go-to guy for MSMEs. We also have Mr. Sudhir Chaube, co-founder of Cinesoft in the panel. He looks after the commercial aspect of our organization. In this session is specially organized to explain the purpose of IT Excellence Award, sponsored by United SMEs. Bring out the exemplary cases studies from the industry, the standards of scrutiny, introduction panel of judges and focal points to find deserving IT professionals and enterprise owners to claim the prestigious awards. Who could participate and how will they benefit? If you have any questions while you watch this session, kindly write in the question and answer tab in the bottom of your Zoom login. The panel will take up the question at the end of the session. Alternatively, in case you want to ask any question in the end of the session, you may please raise your hand and we shall activate your microphone to ask the question. Vishal sir, can you please take it ahead from here?
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you, Sudhirji, for joining us. And thank you, Rajendra, for excellent graphics and ICT. Yeah, so good afternoon to all the attendees and welcome to this another webinar by United SMEs. So today we are going to discuss the IT Excellence Awards for MSME, which are launched by United SMEs. So this is something, a very, very informative session you can expect to be. And this particular session will tell you about the rules of participation, the eligibility criteria, the criteria of judges, about the jury members, and about the prizes. So we thought that let us organize a webinar on this particular topic so that more and more people are encouraged to participate in this particular contest, and we can make these IT Excellence Awards very, very competitive. So before we start today's session, let me tell you something about United SME. So United SME is a division of Cinesoft. Cinesoft is funding United SME as a sense of reciprocation to all entire MSME fraternity. So as United SME's punchline is, all of us are smarter than each of us. So it is all about uniting the MSMEs and creating an excellent bargaining power for themselves, as well as organizing a lot of knowledge sharing sessions for MSMEs so that they are very well connected with each other, as well as they have knowledge sessions for their middle level and lower level management teams. So as you all know about it, United SME has organized almost 50 plus trainings in last 3-4 months, and that all is free of cost. There have been approximately 2,500 people who have attended these trainings and benefited. And in our own passion to help MSMEs wherever we could, we are funding all these trainings. So today we will discuss this particular IT Excellence Awards, as I have explained, and I will also take up any questions you have on this particular awards. And before we start, let me understand the audience profile. So the explanation of these awards can be adapted to the profile of the audience. So I request Prasanna to launch a poll so that we get to know more about the cross section of the audience. So as we see on the screen, 13% of the attendees are proprietor, director, partner, CEO, and CFO. 75% of the attendees are IT professionals, and 13% of the attendees are CTO, VP IT, or GM IT profile. Great. So there are awards for every profile. And I think I have seen 75% of the attendees are IT professionals. So we'll make it very interesting. So now let us understand what is this award and what is the purpose of this particular award. So let me tell you, this is a trend setting award. We get to know about IT Excellence Awards in corporates. We get to know about IT Excellence Awards sponsored by very large companies like Oracle, Microsoft, and they reward their customers for the best IT practices or for applying the technology very well. But there is no such award for MSMEs. Here, what do we mean by MSME? Is the MSME who is using more than 10 computers and less than 500 computers. So this is what we consider as SMB or SME. And that is where we understand that these are the first of its kind award. And it is a trend setting because there are no such awards announced by anyone, and it has a lot of meaningful things to explore. So first of all, let us understand the purpose of this award. Why Synersoft is doing or why UnitedSME is doing it. क्यों हम कर रहे हैं इसको? तो it is our passion and we want कि हम लोग ऐसे MSMEs को award दे जो IT smartness demonstrate कर रहे हैं. मतलब there are many MSMEs who have applied technology so well. And they are so smart in applying the technology and deriving returns from the deployment of the technology. तो सबसे पहले हमको ये recognize करना है. We want to recognize IT smartness of the MSME. दूसरा, we want to share the exemplary case studies. अगर एक SME ये कर सकता है तो बाकी के सब SMEs ये सब कर सकते हैं. And when we want to share this knowledge to other SMEs who are not able to do it or who don't know that they should be doing certain things in IT, तो एक exemplary case studies हम बना के compile करके सबके साथ share करेंगे. तो we believe that it will elevate the level of knowledge across the MSME sector, and it will make sure that all MSMEs have more matured way of thinking towards IT and towards making decisions related to IT. We want to reward the outperformers. MSME में जो IT professionals होते हैं, उनका एक जो रोल होता है, I would like to make this statement that they are doing a thankless job. मतलब MSME में IT का contribution जो होता है वो quantifiable नहीं होता है. जैसे if we talk about a sales team, whatever sales they generate is basically something which is quantifiable, and based on that, their performance is evaluated. At the same time, if we talk about an IT professional or IT manager working in an MSME, nobody knows what IT contributes to their overall business. There is no quantifiable thing. And when there is no quantifiable thing, the contribution of the IT manager or IT executive is very, very vague and ambiguous. And that is the reason they don't probably get the recognition and they don't get rewarded as they deserve. So we want to reward the outperformers. We want to reward those outperformer IT managers who have taken certain decisions and benefited the organization in a very, very quantifiable manner. And we want to make sure that the MSME world recognizes them and they get their due respect and recognition what they deserve. दूसरा हमारा एक पर्पस ये है कि we want to reward the visionaries. See, MSMEs owners are amazing entrepreneurs. They know what they're doing very well in their own business. But as far as the IT is concerned, most of the times they treat IT department as a compulsive department or a department which does not contribute anything to the business. So there could be MSME owners who understand the importance of IT department in the organization, who might have found their own ways to find out what quantifiable contribution IT department is giving to the overall business. And they have a perspective of a visionary. Whatever are going to be the next challenges on competition and whatever are related to IT, they understand that, they visualize that, and they prepare their organization for the future. We want to recognize those visionaries and we want to reward those visionaries. And that is the reason we have launched this award. The third reason is we want to reward the decision makers. See, many a times we have seen in MSME that until and unless they are forced to make any decision, they make a decision. IT is something which is good to have thing. It is not a kind of must have thing. It is believed by most of the MSMEs, and that's the reason many a times whatever decisions they take for on IT front, they are not very, very proactive decisions. Sometimes they standardize their IT infrastructure because Microsoft is after them for licensing. Sometimes they purchase or maybe procure DLP solutions because they might have lost data to ransomware. So it is mostly IT decisions are mostly very, very reactive decisions. They are not the proactive decisions. But we want to reward those decision makers who are proactive, who are leading their MSME organization, as well as they are taking very proactive decisions in IT, just like they take it in any other department of their own business. So this is the purpose. We want to recognize the IT smartness of MSMEs. We want to share exemplary case studies with other MSMEs so they can understand what could be done and they also strive to get it done. We want to reward the outperformers in IT managers fraternity. We want to reward the visionaries who are the entrepreneurs who prepare their organization for the future. And we want to reward the decision makers who make the decisions and derive excellent return on their investment in IT. Now, what are the awards? So we are launching 3 types of awards. The first award is professional award. Second award is management award. And third award is enterprise award. In professional awards, it is very self-explanatory. It is going to be for outstanding IT strategies. So the recipient of this professional award would be an IT manager or vice president IT, kind of IT profile. The second award is management award, where we are going to reward the entrepreneurs for trend-setting information security practices. Why? Because nowadays, competitiveness and information security, they are so synonymous. If you do not have information security in the organization, you might default on non-disclosure agreement. You might default on some terms you have signed with your customer. And if you are not able to do it and some other organization is able to do it, customer would prefer that organization. So it would be a competitive loss if organization is not serious about information security. Similarly, many a times MSMEs generate a lot of IPR, and that IPR, if it is leaked, they might lose on the competition. And that is the reason we state that information security and competitiveness have become synonymous to each other, which is where we want to give management award to the promoters or the proprietors or the CEOs of the MSMEs who have seen this, who understand this very well, that information security will enhance the competitiveness of the organization. We want to reward them for trend-setting information security practices. The third award is enterprise level award, where entire team of the enterprise will be rewarded, and that would be for incredible return on investment in IT. A lot of decisions are made and investment in IT is done. At the same time, nobody really bothers to see what returns they've generated from that IT investment. And we want to find out the organizations who have generated extraordinary return on their investment in IT. So these are the three awards. One is professional award, management award, and enterprise award. My professional award would be given to the IT manager or VP IT or GM IT profile. Management award will be given to the promoter or entrepreneur of the organization who has sensed the future need of information security and is gearing up for that. And enterprise award would be given to the enterprise team, and that will be for incredible ROI in IT. Now the reasons why we are doing it. We have explained the purpose of doing it, what we want to achieve. We have also introduced the awards. What is the reason why we want to do it? United SME is committed to SME sector, and that is why it wants to celebrate anything which is a matter of excellence in MSME IT. So we want to celebrate excellence. We want to satisfy our sense of reciprocation towards the MSME. I will explain that. Synersoft is a leading IT solution provider in MSME sector. So whatever it has done, whatever it is, wherever it is because of the trust and support of entire MSME fraternity. And it wants to reciprocate that by sponsoring these awards. We want to encourage the IT compliance for competition. See, MSMEs are largest taxpayers. MSMEs are largest employment creators. MSMEs are 50% of Indian exports. They are very important part of our economy. And if they are not competitive or they are inferiorly competitive, it will affect our entire economy. And that's the reason we want our MSMEs to encourage IT compliance and become more competitive. And we want to make them aware about digital empowerment, how digitization can empower an MSME to conquer the world, to compete on the global standards. We want to show it to them. And this is the reason we are going to have these trend-setting awards. I would like to request Prasanna to launch the poll just to get your feedback and interest on these awards. So as we see on the screen, 60% of the attendees are interested in applying for Outstanding IT Professional Award. 50% want to apply for Trendsetter Information Security Practices, and 60% want to apply for Incredible ROI in IT. That is very encouraging, and I would request everyone to look at each and every category, find out the relevance between your IT practices and the requirements of that award. And if they match, please apply for it. Now we will see each and every award's detail one by one. So the first, I would explain everything about professional award, which is going to be given to IT manager, and the award name is Outstanding IT Strategist. Whoever gets this award will be awarded as Outstanding IT Strategist. Now we will see the eligibility criteria, we will see the judging criteria, and we will see the prize for that. So first we will see the eligibility criteria. The eligibility criteria to apply for this particular award is an IT professional working in a position of CTO Vice President IT, General Manager IT, Manager IT, Executive IT in small and medium enterprise not having more than 500 computer users. So if your organization is not having more than 500 computers and you are working in an organization as a CTO, VP, GM, manager, executive, you are most welcome to apply for this particular award. So this is the eligibility criteria of this particular award, which is professional award. There are different eligibility criteria for different awards. Professional award has a different eligibility criteria. Management award has a different eligibility criteria, and so is with the enterprise award. So for outstanding IT strategies, you have to be working in the field of IT in the organization which is not having more than 500 computer users. What would be the judging criteria or evaluation criteria? So there is going to be a form on which this particular evaluation criteria will be narrated and one has to give the details. So the first thing is whatever technologies are being used in your organization. It could be anything. It could be Autodesk, it could be Tally, it could be some ERP, it could be some CRM, whatever technologies you are using. We will evaluate that what were the options available with you and what you have selected. So the first criteria of evaluating the awardee to become outstanding IT strategist would be selection of the technology. What is his or her selection of technology in his company or her company? After selecting the application, how one has applied the technology. So let's say I know many organizations who have selected CRM software, and after 2 years also nobody is entering data in CRM. So it could be a good selection of technology, but it could not be a good application of technology. So we will evaluate to what extent you have applied those selected technologies and how effectively you have done that. Then we want to know about the COVID times challenges and what was the resilience you provided by your strategies to your organization. In the first lockdown, everything was at standstill overnight. And organizations had to function, and organizations could not really function. At that time, how you have used the technology to impart the resilience in COVID time. So we will have relevant questions on this. You need to answer them on the application form and we'll evaluate them. Then what are your roles and responsibilities? It is very important what is the daily routine work for an IT manager or a VP IT. So what are the roles and responsibilities in terms of what is the decision-making authority? What is the day-to-day work? In what activities the time of the IT manager or IT professional is spent mostly. So we are going to evaluate that. And whether you can quantify the benefits from the IT related decisions you have taken for your organization. So it will be 3-step process. First, you apply, you give preliminary details from the website. I will explain that also in the last part of this session. Then we will evaluate, our jury members will evaluate, they will have their set of questions. They will respond to you by email. If required, they might want you to be on the call. And once they are satisfied with your answers, they will make the list of the people who are selected for outstanding IT strategies, and then one awardee will be selected from that entire list. So this is about evaluation criteria. Now, what are the price for that? So as I have mentioned, and in our email also we have mentioned that these are going to be life-changing prizes. It is not going to be just a certificate. Of course, you will get a certificate. Of course, you will get a trophy. But in addition to that, you are going to earn or you are going to win something which is going to be life-changing. So for whoever is selected for this professional award, for whoever is selected for this particular award, will be given life-changing prize. It will be Executive Development Program Enrollment in IIT or equivalent institution. So whoever wins this award will be enrolled for Executive Development Program in certain IIT or equivalent institution. Everything will be sponsored by United SME, right from traveling, right from staying there, the fees, everything. There would be a gala award ceremony. There would be PR and media coverage for the award winner. And we will have interview of the award winner and we will publish it on our media channels. So this is going to be the prize for professional award, or it is for the outstanding IT strategies award. So before we move to the next category of the award details, I would request Prasanna to launch the poll. So here, as we see on the screen, it is just a very ordinary question that a good IT manager, what does he do? So these questions could help you in building your application for this particular award. So a good IT manager selects good technology and implements it better. 31% of the people believe it. A good IT manager does not get stuck in mundane tasks of manual backup, PC formatting, reconfiguration, and firefighting network issues. 15% of the people agree with that. A good IT manager facilitates better utilization of technology by the users to contribute positively to the overall business. 38% of the people agree to it. And a good IT manager quantifies the positive impact of his or her work and presents to the management. 15% of the people believe that. Believe me, these characters of a good IT manager will be the criteria. So when you apply, you should make sure to highlight if any of these characteristics are there in your work. So now we will move to the next category of the award, which is management award. So this management award is for the top management of the small and medium enterprises who are not having more than 500 computer systems. The title of the award is Information Security Trend Setter. We believe that the management or the entrepreneur who recognizes the seriousness of information security will be more competitive, will be able to compete on global standards in the times to come. That's the reason this award is for management people for their information security practices. So now we'll see who is eligible for that. So the eligibility criteria is a management professional working in the position of director, proprietor, partner, CEO, CFO in small and medium enterprise having more than 10 computers and less than 500 computer users. So if you are leading your organization as a director, proprietor, partner, CEO, CFO, and your organization is not having more than 500 computer users, you can apply for that. Now we will see what is the evaluation criteria for that. We would like to know what is your emphasis on information security. Are you convinced that information security will really determine the competitiveness of the organization in times to come? We would also like to evaluate the level of information security compliance in your organization. So how you have driven the information security practices in your organization so that you are near to perfect compliance. What are the initiatives and how is your change management when digitization happened or is happening or will happen in your organization? Digitization will transform all your physical assets to digital assets. There will be a lot of interpretation value from the data your assets are generating. So what kind of change management strategy you already used or you are going to use? So that is going to be an evaluation criteria. Then change management, handling resistance to change management by digitization. When you make any change, there will always be a resistance. So we would like to know how you have overcome that particular resistance. And last would be, in COVID times, how did you stick to your information security practices? It was, as I told, it was sudden and everything had to be open. You know, if an employee is working from home, he would need the most sensitive and confidential information of the organization, and that was displayed on his personal computer at home or on his tablet or on his desktop at home. How did you handle that? How did you make sure that even if employees are working from home, how did you handle your information security practices and policies? So that is what we want to evaluate. What are the prize? So the first prize would be Management Development Program, enrollment in Indian Institute of Management, IIM, or equivalent institution. We will sponsor everything, traveling, stay, program fees, everything for the management professional nominated by the organization, and they will get this as a prize in addition to a gala award ceremony, PR and media coverage for the award winner, and the interview of the award winner. So this is going to be the eligibility criteria, evaluation criteria, and prize for management award on trend setting information security practices. So before we move to the next part of the webinar, we would like to have a poll on what do you think about this. Yeah, Prasanna, can you launch a poll, please? So as we see on the screen, a visionary entrepreneur views IT as catalyst to enhance competitiveness of the business. 50% of the people agree to it, and you are most welcome to participate in this award. A visionary entrepreneur views IT as an avenue of investment rather than an avenue of expense. 42% of the people believe that. A visionary entrepreneur understands and provides for information security compliance. 75% of the people agree to this. And a visionary entrepreneur trusts people but invest in insider threat mitigation system. 33% of the people agree to it. So this was all about management award. Now we will move to the next award, which is enterprise award. So enterprise award is for incredible return on investment in IT. So what do we mean by that? What is the eligibility criteria? These are not individual awards, these are team awards. But they would be conferred on the leader of the enterprise who has derived incredible ROI in IT. So what is the eligibility criteria? So eligibility criteria is same as as a management award. A management professional working in a position of director, proprietor, partner, CEO, CFO in small and medium enterprise, having more than 10 computer users and less than 500 computer users. If you think that your organization has frugally invested in IT and maximized its return, you are most welcome to apply for this award. What is the evaluation criteria? The evaluation criteria is going to be scale of IT usage. What is the scale of IT usage? To what extent you have digitized? Then what is the per hardware cost per user? Per user hardware cost means, let's say you have 75 people working in the organization. Total you have spent in last 3 years on the hardware to serve the users. It could be their desktop, it could be your network, it could be your cable, it could be your server, it could be this licensed software. Sorry, not software. It is only for the hardware. So it could be cable, it would be everything. Whatever you have spent on hardware to serve those 75 users or 100 users or 25 users in your organization so that they can do their job, you have to divide it per user per year cost, and we have to see what is the level of per user hardware cost. Second evaluation criteria is per user software cost. So whatever software you have purchased to serve these users, it could be MS Office, it could be AutoCAD, it could be CRM, it could be Tally, it could be ERP, anything. We are not interested in knowing what software they are, but we are interested in knowing what is the per user cost you have incurred on the software licenses, on the software part of it. So that is going to be an evaluation criteria, how you have kept it minimum. Then per user IT management cost compliances means you have invested in hardware, you have invested in software, you want to expand in bandwidth, and you need someone either in-house or outsourced to take care of it, to manage it, to maintain it. So what is the cost divided on per user basis? So let's say you are spending 5 lakhs of rupees on your IT manager's salary or on outsourced agency, and you have, let's say, 50 users, then per year cost can be derived in terms of per user IT management cost. What is the uptime and redundancy in your organization? What happens if your critical device fails? What happens if there is something wrong in your software? What kind of productivity loss you are tolerant to? What kind of productivity loss can make you unviable? So all these things. And failure management. How have you taken care of the failure possibilities and consequences, and how you have provided for the failure management strategy in your organization? So this is something which is going to be at the enterprise level. for Enterprise Award for incredible ROI in IT. So it is going to be, the prize would be a mega prize. It would be 18 lakhs of rupees worth consulting service from United SME in that year of winning this award. It would be year-long social media marketing by United SMEs. United SME has excellent professionals who provide social media services. And you will get 1 year of full social media marketing services for your enterprise as a prize for winning this enterprise award. Of course, there would be gala award ceremony. There would be PR and media coverage for the award winners, and there would be interview for the award winners. So this is about the third award, which is Enterprise Award, Incredible ROI in IT. Now, before we move to the question answer sessions, I would like to show how you can apply for these awards. So I will share my screen and I will show you how you can apply. So I'm sharing my screen. You just have to visit UnitedSMEs.in website. It is UnitedSMEs.in. Go to the awards link in the menu. Here you will find the details of these 3 awards with eligibility and everything. For every category, there is an apply now link. Let's say you want to apply for professional award. Just click on apply now. It will open this form. You have to fill up this particular form with all necessary details. There are also hints given on what to fill up in every field. And once you fill it up, this application will reach us. We will evaluate all the details submitted in your application. We will write back to you with our further queries on email. In case required, we will also call you and have a virtual call with you to understand. This is for management award form. There are different details required for that, for each award. And then you have enterprise award. Again, the details required in enterprise award will be different because evaluation criteria is different. So this is about enterprise award. It will have more exhaustive details to be submitted. So this is about these 3 awards. You can participate in 1 award. You can participate in multiple awards also if you are eligible for multiple awards. So this is about the details of these awards. And I would take question answers now. So please write your questions in the question answer box and I will answer them. Yeah, Mr. Ganesh Joshi is asking how many categories of awards. So as I explained, there are 3 categories of award: professional award, management award, and enterprise award. Professional award is for IT manager, and that is called outstanding IT strategist. Management award is for the entrepreneur for best IT security practices. And third award is enterprise award, best ROI award. So in each category there is 1 award. Yeah, I think you have also put in the question that you tried applying online, you got internal server error. You can share your phone number to Prasanna Prasanna will call you and understand the problem you are facing. I think right now we are able to apply. We are getting few applications also at this moment also. Yeah, any other questions? Can I apply for multiple award in United SME? Yes, you can. You can. Only thing is your eligibility criteria should be satisfactory. I think few people are. What is the time frame? Last date of submission? It is 30th June 2022. I think 30th June or 20th June. Let me see. I think it is 30th June, 30. And 10 days would be taken for the criteria. Yeah, any other questions? So I insist that please apply for these awards. The reason why MSMEs do not have such awards in past, maybe because their own reluctance to participate in such awards, or maybe because they are not perceived very important by the IT fraternity. We do not agree with either of that. We can understand and believe that there are MSMEs who are very smart in their IT adoption. There are IT managers working with MSMEs who are very objective in their decision makers, and we know that there are enterprise leaders in MSMEs who understand the future and they actually prepare their organization for the future. And that is the reason we want these awards to be well participated. Till date, it was launched last month. Till date, we have got around 79 applications in enterprise. 32 applications in enterprise, 79 in IT management, and 44 in management awards. But if we want to make it more competitive, it would be better if more and more people are participating in this. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah, Prasanna, if there are any questions, you can take those questions on your convener portal and help them out. We can conclude this session if there are no more questions.
Thank you, sir. Sudhir sir, we would like to have your concluding remarks for this session.
See, I welcome all the guests who are attending this event, and I hope everybody would find this event very interesting. And we request that you can participate in all these events as and when you feel comfortable. We will be providing you consultation also. If you need any guidance, you have any queries, you can drop your email to Prasanna, and we would be happy to assist you. And we would be happy that your kind consideration will make this event more interesting and competitive to everyone. So thanks for your time. Thank you for your participation. We look forward for this event in a big way.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.